how to make money online without any skills. So I love startups, I love lean startups, and I love bootstrapping. So we have a lot to talk about. Those of you who have been out here online struggling to make money, we're going to break it down. We're first going to talk about just understanding online business setups. What's the tech stack? What do you need? What's the minimum you need to get up and running? Then we're going to talk about affiliate marketing, Shopify stores, or some version of that, and some direct sales. Like, what are some choices that you have when you don't have any of your own things, which is, by the way, highly advised. I did not start just by opening up one day and starting the Millionaire Maker. I actually sold and worked with the Rich Dad Poor Dad Brad first. And then the last thing I want to talk about is just YouTube's and social media channels. How do you get a channel up? How do you do it quick, efficiently, and manage the various algorithms? So big, lots to talk about. And this is also not only if you have no skills, because I don't think that's really true. I think you all have some skills. Many of you don't have a degree. That's fine. I don't think a lot of you realize that you don't have to have a degree to also make online money. And then we're going to talk about those who don't have a job, and we'll talk about those of you who don't have any experience at all. So we have a whole combination to talk about. But let's start with the basic online setup. So basic online startups and basic online systems. So I always say, no matter what company, I don't care if you're online, offline, I don't care what you're doing, there are two engines that drive every business that I start. And these are the first two things that I do. Number one, I get incorporated. So if you're not already incorporated, which is in America, either a C Corp, an S Corp, an LLC, or limited partnership, depends on what state you're in, depends on what else you're doing and how else you're making income. And if you do have a job and a big old W-2 and you're trying to create some extra online income, that's a very different kind of corporate structure. So don't run out to your Secretary of State or to LegalZoom without any counsel by our experts to help you set up your right company. To that point, if you already have a company and you just see this online as additional supplemental income, maybe it can be part of a segment of a company you already have. So again, you got to call our offices for this. This isn't something you just know and decide on your own. The second engine, though, is critical, is rapid marketing systems. So I've used the same technology. For you to get some orientation to what I'm talking about, go to askrms.com, askrms.com. Ask a question, make a request. There's a whole video explaining what rapid marketing systems in. And basically, in a nutshell, it's my top campaigns that have made me who I am online, which since COVID, as you know, those of you who've known my history, I was a stage TV presenter, radio. I did not do any of this online. But like if we made $1,000 to $2,000 a month pre-2020 online, it would be a shocking month. And a lot of people say, well, look what happened. We changed a lot. The teams changed, our systems changed, we up-leveled all of it. But always get incorporated, always have a database. And that database is essential to your growth and to be able to upsell other things. After you get incorporated, then you actually get up on Ask RMS. Now, if you don't use our systems, you've got to get your URL set up. You've got to get a payment processor online set up. You've got to get e-signing tools, whether that's DocuSign or some other form. But that way you can actually sign contracts or sign any disclaimers. And you just need to get it set. Ideally, you would get QuickBooks or Quicken or some sort of an accounting system just so you can track base money and how you're going to bring the money in. Now, some of you I know, because I've just had some clients sign in and say, well, what if I want to take cryptocurrency? How about we just get the basics of your local country currency down, like US currency first, in the simple forms that it is and available to you versus make it complicated. Those of you who've come from that space, the NFT token, crypto space, absolutely, if you know how to do it, but do not let that be a barrier to entry. This is about fast online money and how do you do it quickly. So I started my whole career selling, again, the Rich Dad Poor Dad brand. Prior to that, I was an exercise physiologist. I designed fitness centers on offshore oil rigs, did very different career, then totally switched and just did this. I knew that I had model companies. So the next thing I would tell you to do, and I just told the client from the UK this morning, I said, go find model people or companies. Who's doing what you want to do online? So she has a big job. She wants to sell cleaning products, supplies, organizing, efficiency, things like that. I said, go find your model. Who is already doing it that you can go quickly in R&D, replicate and duplicate, not research and develop. Some of you are taking months and months and months to get up online and making money. So let's move on to like what I would do and how I would get it going quickly. Be an affiliate of ours. In the link in the description, you could be an affiliate, sell our books, sell my games, sell my products, sell my services. We have had a long-standing affiliate program where you sell our stuff, we pay you once a month. Easy peasy. Direct sales, I've been 4 of them. Again, all 4 links are in the link below. One is a skincare product that keeps my skin without a lot of wrinkles. Hardly any. I have a wellness like home product, which is phenomenal, super like awesome stuff. I have gifts and cards. And then another one, which isn't quite direct sales, but it has some affiliate structure to it, is one that actually is for your brain health. So I have that as well. I have CBD, I have all sorts of stuff. So I have a whole eclectic background of it. So if you pick a category, you want to pick products that you can source easily in the beginning, even when you have a database, if they can direct and drop ship for you, better, or you're going to have to figure out shipping. I've had so many clients start, say, a jewelry business or an import business, and they get these huge crates and pallets of product. Then they have to repackage them, figure out how to ship them and how to do all of that. Let's make it easy. It's like take the fastest, easiest path without resistance to revenue. And for a lot of you, you're not seeing what creates revenue, right? Another person pays you. This doesn't just come from the internet. The internet is just what I call the bathroom wall. Right? Anybody can write anything about anybody. There's a human behind it all, or there's, now there's AI and bots and all of that, but you need to get your fastest path to cash. The thing I always say that I want you to supplement these quick product or affiliate, like say you sold and you were an affiliate marketer for the Millionaire Maker. You could make an additional deal with me to learn how to teach, say, my business planning course. And then you make most of the money on that. I make just a little royalty. So there's all sorts of ways you can cut this depending on who you are and how much money you want to make. And it's up to you how you want to do that. But you could get, Amazon stores, an Etsy store. We have a Shopify store, which is where our merchandise is through. We actually run our merch by reducing our margin. We don't get as much, but we use a group that actually will print our sweatshirts, our t-shirts, all of our, product. Say yes and figure out how. Right. So one of my sayings, so we can just do quick products, and we use someone else to do the actual fulfillment of the shirts and the graphics. So we make less, but who cares? We're just moving the money. Otherwise, we're going to have to order in all sorts of sizes, all sorts of colors. Makes it all way more complicated. Not the business I'm in. It's supplemental to what I'm doing. But for you, you may want to do that. So the only thing that I would tell you that have been a huge lesson to me is, now that you have your own database and you're functioning, you have your own business and your business bank account, there will be a moment if you don't feel like you're getting your leads tracked, your payments right. I'm not going to say who it was with me early in the day, but I would make the first sale of the product and then they would take and continue to sell to them and I wouldn't get anything. So I decided to order $500,000 of inventory into my own warehouse and to start my own process so I could make all of the margin or the majority of the margin. So in some situations, as you grow, not a starting move, but a maybe 6 month to a year move, you bring the product in. So you keep the names and then you can continue to upsell them and create cross sales for them and bundles for them. If you don't know what those are where you take one thing. So say you sold my Millionaire Maker game, we could cut a deal that maybe they get the ebook of the Millionaire Maker for free as part of bonuses. So there's all sorts of different bundles and things that you could be able to do with that. But I can tell you, getting a Shopify store, an Amazon store, an Etsy store, eBay store, all that is very, very viable. Those of you who, in the meantime, who just want to make some fast money and just want to learn how online processes work, just start on Facebook Marketplace, start on simple platforms where you just sell stuff from your home. I've helped so many families sell 6 figures just from their home. Kids' old toys, kids' old clothes, athletic equipment that's not being used anymore. There are so many ways that you could just practice with stuff you already have while you're sourcing product. Now, if you really want to go big in Amazon, I have one of the world leading people in Amazon. Most of their products come from Korea or Vietnam, not from any other countries in China. So we have those resources for you if you're really serious about it. But again, just go check out my links, be an affiliate of ours, and check out my direct sales companies if you want to jump in and join and that makes sense for you. Why do I do it? Because I'm buying those things all the time on a monthly basis. So why not get paid back for them? So again, a lot of you have got to think, even if it's little bits of money in a variety of places, that's multiple streams of income. Now, before I go on and continue, I want you to subscribe to my channel. I want you here 5 days a week. It's family friendly. It's for about 5 years old and up, content-wise. And your young kids are the greatest little techies. So for those of you that are older and not as technical, use your kids to be part of the company, have them be employed, and now together you can make a bunch of money together. I have teenagers that have done like the pop top jewelry, all sorts of different art, little journals, you name it. We've got kids making stuff from all over. I got jewelry, kids who make jewelry, wire art. Again, what do you want to sell? What do you want to be an expert in? I'd highly encourage you to be an expert in an area and offer products and services in a category that makes some sense, not just a hodgepodge of stuff. ClickBank's out there. They have a lot of affiliate opportunities. You could go over there and become an affiliate of theirs, sell a variety of things out there. So just check it out, do some research, find some model companies so you can get going. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, I think is really important as you decide who you want to be as an expert. Like I just put a big blanket umbrella on top of what I say I'm a money expert. Like this morning with the client, I said, you want to be like a professional organizer, efficiency expert? Like what do you want to be an expert again? Find the models and then start studying them. Do they have, PDFs? Do they have reports? Do they have a blog? Do they have a podcast? Like what are the modalities that you want to start? Because you can't start it all. Now, if I was you and I was just beginning, I would start with blogs and podcasts because those are easy, fast, and they could be transcribed into other documents. So you can actually be posting those documents, but find out where you want to niche. I would do a YouTube channel later. I would do a lot of the other social channels that are faster and easier to get up. YouTube is a heavier lift for those of you who really want to make money on the social channels. And I wouldn't make that a first-year goal. For some of you, it's going to take some years before you get enough following to get up to that point and create enough content. The other way that I created a ton of content in the early part of my careers is I would interview a lot of other successful people, right? Constantly be interviewing and what are they doing? Now, once you get your social channels up, you need to get the right studio, lighting, camera. I would encourage you to grow up in your technology as you go, not just put it on your iPhone and just shoot some really quick, camera photos and do that. So some super important tips are on constant creation of content. And I don't think a lot of you realize how much content we reproduce and reproduce and reproduce. So the way we produce here for our YouTube channel is very different than what we produce for Instagram, how we produce differently for LinkedIn, for TikTok. They all have different algorithms, how many times you post. Minimum though, just to be an expert and be out, you need to post at least probably 2 to 4 times a week on different content pieces and get people following you. Without the database, all you have is a bunch of followers. So again, make sure you go listen to that whole video on askrms.com and check out what you can do, what we can do. We can do that for you. You could have your own Ask Loral channel, for example, whatever your name is. Like I have a cool client, I just told her this morning, she got a cool name, Colette. I said, you could do, and she's a doctor, right? So she could have like AskDrColette.com. You could have whatever you are. So in addition to whatever you want to be an affiliate of, then you could be the one answering the questions if you have the expertise to do it or create the relationship with the guru to do it. A lot of different ways to do this. It's up to you how you want to roll. As far as a book, or any digital assets or printed assets, I would do all digital first till you get some runway and you get a database, get those followers clicking into your offers, into your own database so you can monetize and control it. Probably the biggest mistake I see is people online want to make a lot of money with just the followers. If you really irritate a social channel for a day or two, they could just shut you off for a day, 2 days, 3 weeks. I've had people shut off for months. And you don't want to be that because you've just done all this work for nothing. So if you have any questions about how to make money online without any skills, job, degree, experience, go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask a question, make a request. We'll be back here tomorrow.